Welcome, dear students, to a new math class. Today we'll be talking about the ascending and descending cumulative frequency table and its graphical representation. Let's now see how are we going to study this part. In this example, the question says, the following table shows the frequency distribution for the heights of 100 students in a school in centimeters. Here's the table. More than 115 centimeters up before the 120 we have 8 students. From the 120 up before the 125 we have 12 students. 125 up before the 130, 19 students, and so on. The first question says, how many students are with a height of less than 115? How many students are with heights less than 135? And how many students are with height less than 145? And then the question is asking me to find or to form the ascending cumulative frequency table for these data and represent them graphically. Ascending means from smaller to bigger. So let's now go and see how can we do the cumulative frequency table together. We're going, as long as they want it in ascending order, ascending, as I said, is from smaller to larger, then we're going to start the columns by less than the first number, which is 115, and then less than the second number, which is 120, less than 125, and so on. Okay, from the table, less than 115, do we have any numbers? No, right? Yes, so here in the cumulative frequency table, we're going to write 0. Then, less than 120, if you go back, how many less than 120? Yes, it's only this 8. Then, we take this number, we always drop it down here, and then we add the new number to it. So 0 plus 8 is 8. For the next one, we're going to take this 8, drop it down, and then check here how many less than the 125. See? Yes, it's 12. Then we're going to make 8 plus 12. Here's the 20 plus 19. It's 39. 39, we drop it down, plus 23, 62. We drop it down, plus 18 is 80. We drop it down, plus 13 is 93. We drop it down, plus 7 is 100. There's something here. There's something here very important for you to check that you are on the right track. The last number in the cumulative frequency table must be the total number of students that we have. So here we have the last number is 100, and the question says that we have 100 students all in all. So the cumulative frequency table, ascendingly, here we have it. Less than 115 is 0, less than 120 is 8, less than 125 is 20, and so on. From this cumulative frequency table, it's easier now to answer the 3 previous questions. Let's now remember the questions together. How many students are with height less than 115 centimeters? Go to the table. Less than 115? Yes, excellent. It's 0. Second question. How many students are with height less than 125? If you go back to the table, you will see that there are 62 students. The third question, how many students are with a height less than 145 centimeters? If you go back to the table, you will see that there are 93 students. Then the question wants me to write the table and to represent it graphically. So here is the graph of the cumulative frequency table. Down we have the sets, and as you can see, as long as it's ascending, So it will be going from down to up. It starts by 115, it's 0, and then it keeps going up until it reaches the 150 is 100. Let's now see the same example but with different requirements. Here's the same example, the same table, but here the question is asking us to find how many students are with height of 150 and more, how many students are in height of 140 and more, how many students are with height 125 centimeters and more. And also, the question wants us to form the descending cumulative frequency table and to represent it graphically. Descending means from bigger numbers to smaller numbers. So here, let's now start by forming the table. 115 and more, 120 and more, 125 and more, and so on. If you check it here from the table, 115 and more, they're all the total of 100. So 115 is 100. And then 120 and more, if you check it, they are 12, right? So let's start solving by finding the descending cumulative frequency table. Here is the table, but in the descending we start from down to up. So we start from 150 and more, we have no more than 150, right? So it's 0. And then 145 and more, we take this 0 and we add 7. From where did we get the 7? From the table in here. Here is the 7. And then we're going to take the 13. And then we're going to take the 18, the 23, the 19, the 12, and then the 8. See? 0, I drop it, I just bring it up here, plus 7 that we saw from the table, it's 7. Bring the 7 up here, plus 13, it's 20. Bring the 20, plus 18 is 38, and so on, until you reach the total, which is 100. So remember, in the ascending, we make it from up to down. In the descending, we make it from down to up. How can we represent this graphically? It's so easy to represent this graphically from the table. So this is the cumulative frequency table that is arranged descendingly. Let's now go and answer the question, how many students are with height of 150 and more? As you can see here, 150 and more, they are 0 students. Second question, how many students are with height of 140 centimeters and more? As you check it from the table, there are 20 students. Third question, how many students are with height of 125 centimeters and more? If you check the cumulative frequency table, you will see that there are 80 students. How can we represent this table graphically? Here's the graph of this table. So as you can see, it's going down from the 100 up until the 0 because they are arranged descendingly. Let's now move on to the evaluation part, and please try to pause the video, answer the question yourself. When you finish answering, unpause the video and check what you have. In this question, the question says, the following table shows the frequency distribution of the scores of 50 students in an experimental math exam. Here we have the table with intervals and the frequency, and what is required is to graph the ascending cumulative frequency table. Let's now go and write the table together. Here's the table. As long as it's ascending, so we go from up to down, from small to big. So here we make less than 2, less than 6. Here are the 2 and the 6 and the 10 that we wrote the table from. Less than 2, less than 6, less than 8, less than 14, less than 18, less than 22, less than 26, and as long as we're going by adding 4, so we write the last one less than 30, because what's more than the 26 will reach the 30. So in the first one, how many we have less than 2? There isn't any, so it's a 0. We drop the 0 down. We add this 3. 0 plus 3 is 3. And then we drop this 3 down. Plus the 5 equals 8. We drop the 8 down. Plus the 9 equals 17. We drop the 17 down. Plus the 10 equals 27. We drop the 27 down. Plus the 12 equals 39. We drop the 39 down. Plus the 7 is 46. We drop the 46 down. Plus the 4 is 50. To check your answer, here is the 50 and the total is also 50. Let's now go and represent this on a graph. To represent this on the graph, here are the ordered pairs: 2 and 0, 6 and 3, 10 and 8, 14 and 17, and so on. So here's the table. As you can see here, it's 2 and 0, then 6 and 3, 10 and 8, 14 and 17, 18 and 27, then 22 and 39, 26 and 46, 30 and 50. So the points, these points, we got them from the ordered pairs in here from the frequency table. So here it's 2, 0, 6, 3, 10, 8, and so on. By answering this example, we came to the end of our session today. Thank you very much and good luck.